Let's start the meeting. Welcome everyone. This is the monthly seminar, the community. Can we have a quick introduction? I'm William. So yeah, in this year Alex will be the community manager for this year. So can you see something, Alex?
Hi, I'm Alex, and I'm the new manager and for our SRS community. And thank you all for your support.
Yeah, thank you for thank you to for your decision to operate the community. We are we're not a very large community, and however, first of all, I want to say thank you and thanks for your contribution. And last year, Panda was our community manager, and she has done a lot of things to operate the community. Yeah, thank you, Panda. So, would you like to say something, Panda?
Hello, everyone. And for my thank you all your support of this year.
Okay.
I hope our community will be better next year.
Yeah, we are a small community, but we have two administrators, John and me. And so I think even we are a small community, it will be helpful and resilient. To have two administrator and two community managers. So yeah, that's why we have two community manager. So yeah, Junqin, do you want to say something?
Me?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm Jacob. I was joined the SRS community about 2 years ago, maybe. When I'm first commit some patch to the SRS. And the recent past half years, I become a maintainer as such honor to join the SRS. And to me, it's such an opportunity to have a group of people. They have the passion to do the computer coding. So what's more to me is that in this group I have maybe a deeply knowledge laying or regard to the live media skills, or this group or some particularly expert. So to me that's such an honor to have a group of people to discuss with you, learn with you, and thank you. So that's me.
Yeah, thank you for your contribution. So, Junqin, do you want to say something? What is live?
Nothing. I just nothing to everyone. This year I do a little contribution to SRS community. So I think my time is very not enough. Just this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think the year before last year, Junqin contributed a lot. The year before, 2 years ago, I think. I remember in my mind. So let's one Gonghua. How are you?
Hello, everyone. Last 2 years, I contributed very less. Two reasons. The first is the family have something. The other is the worker is very hard. But I keep I want to the community is run smoothly very much.
Yeah.
I hope everyone do your like things.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, all of you don't have to apologize for you don't have time to contribute. The community, sometimes we can contribute, and sometimes we are too busy. So even we are leave the community, your contribution is still there. So if you have contributed even only a few lines of code to the community, your contribution is there forever. So I want to say, yeah, all of you, your contribution is very important, and you will be valued forever. That's the community. So there were a lot of companies. So yeah, you don't have to apologize. Okay. John, how is your life? How do you do? John is the other administrator. Can you hear me? I cannot hear you. I see you are muted, but I cannot hear you.
Can you hear me?
Oh yeah, now yeah, I can hear you now.
I mute. I use the AirPod. And I'm John, and I'm maybe the first committer for the SRS, and I focus on SRT or WebRTC. And yeah, although I am the contributor, but this is the first time I joined this meeting. So in the last 1 year, I never contribute to SRS, but I still watch on it. Yeah. And in the last 1 year, the biggest committer is AI. It works very well. Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. So. Carlo is one of the sponsor and baker of the community, and I remember he using the SRT, and so yeah, is using SRT, convert SRT to WebRTC. So let me share my screen and see what happened in the community. So last month. They almost all the contribution was done by AI, and two commits are future related. One is this one VP line. Actually, VP line is not it's just a few lines of code change, so it's not huge change. It's just the SDP and I think just SDP change, right? Yeah, just that's SDP and API. AV1. So the VP line is very similar to AV1 codec. So as a result, AI can do this type of work very well. It also add section about the AV1 codec and VP line codec support. And this section is about why we need to support VP line and how to use VP line. And furthermore, it also adds the mock in the workflow test. I mean, this one, the workflow for the AV1 and for the VP9 here. So we discussed this before. The workflow test is new type of test. It is a end-to-end. The major test object, the target is the collection, I think. The RTC collection. So it covered the RTC collection in the user config, SDP. All of these classes are about the API, the web API and media exchange. So it's the details. And this is the RTP package. So it is an end-to-end test. This type of test is very different, but it's crucial to cover the end-to-end of the RTC collection. So I think it is amazing that AI can do such type of test. Another one is the G711. I don't know how to pronounce this. G711, 711. It's similar to VP line. So you will see also introduce workflow test. And for this one, G11 P law and A law. So these two are new features. WebLine is a very different codec. Actually, is the previous generation of codec before AV1. So AV1 is more advanced and modern codec, similar to H266, I think. So WebLine is similar to HEVC or H265. So one of the friends hated the WebLine because they want to do some dynamical bitrate encoding. Even if the H264 is able to do the dynamical bitrate change, but sometimes the H264 is stuck when the boundwise is very low. While he found that WebLine works very well. I think that it is simply because WebLine is the VP9 and VP8, I think, is the first supported and is the by default codec developed by Google. So VP9 and VP8 works much better than H264. Even you only need the WebRTC filter. That's one thing I learned from the scene of from the user scenario of our community user. Actually, we discussed about the support for VP9. I was hesitated to support this codec because we have the AV1 support, we have H264 support. So I didn't know what's the use scenario for VP9 before, but now we know that. So sometimes AV1 it requires too many resources. This codec compute consumes a lot of decoder and codec CPU resource. So yeah, that's why we support the VPLine. So G7 11, I don't know the use scenario, but just because it is almost the same to VP9. It's just the SDP negotiation and a bit change to the SDP and SDK. So I just support this feature like a piggy by piggy. So this is two features that we support. In others, I think all the others is about the some bug fix. Yeah, this is also a small feature change, and you can see the PR if you are interested for this one. Oh, this one is interesting. It's also done by the AI. Keep original SSRC. So previously, before this PR, we always use new SRC for the player, WebRTC player. So the SRC is always different. It's okay, but it's not. We don't have to change the SRC. Sometimes if you have the same SRC, it's helpful and very simple to debug. You load the subscriber SRC if you load the publisher SRC. So it's quite simple and straightforward, and also it's done by the AI. So it's just a line node. It's just this line node change. Very simple. On this line. I think this is most of the change, and not so much change for the SRS. I don't know. So right now we have 10 issues. I don't remember. So I don't remember if we discussed this or not. I think we can keep a very small open issues with the help of AI. And if the AI can fix this bug, we can fix the bug very quickly and close the issue. So if not, if the AI cannot handle this type of issue, that means we may need more information. So anyway, we can close it or fix it. So yeah, this is a very exciting and fascinating age of AI. So another one is about the age cluster that I'm working on this future. I think AI works very well, and we use Augment. So I also talk about the limitation. Augment requires it will request all the code and it will upload all the code to Augment server. So although it works very well, I think it's not safe for commercial company. So I want to try Cloud Code. So for this proxy, the origin cluster, the proxy cluster is the new origin cluster. So for this project, I want to try Cloud Code. So if we can do the same thing like Augment, we can manage the whole project by Augment by Cloud Code CLI. I think it's much useful than Augment. So I use the Cloud CLI. Actually, the Augment also use the Cloud Ops or Cloud Solid. So I have the same AI model to maintain the project, but the difference is Augment has a context engine, so I have to rebuild the context. I read a very important read this. I share this information. This one. I read this article. Actually, yeah, I can share this one to you. This is important. I think it's quite important. Sure. He use Amazon Q. Amazon Q is similar to Cloud Code. So I build the online product. So I think it's not a simple project. It's a quite complex project. So I think it is possible to refine the project. I mean, you will see. I mean, to refine the project so we can build a manually switch context, not a automatical context engine like Augment, but we can build manually build a modular. For example, I refine the structure to many modules. So each module can be a context. For example, the RTB, right? RTB protocol. It is so it's about 2,000 lines of code. So if we add this their internal RTP, right? So the RTP module consumes about 30% of token. So let me try again. So without the RTP module, I think, no, it's why it consumes this. So I'm sorry. So the basic idea is that if we can refine the project with different modules and documents, so we manually split the project to different smaller contexts. So each time when I need to resolve a bug, it basically involve one or two modules. Or if it involves many modules, I can break down the issue and fix the issue in module one by one. So a module means that it is isolated and it has its distinct responsibility. So it has its separate interface. So normally a issue should if you want to fix a issue or support a feature, normally it should be in one module. So it when it involves multi modules, you should break it down, and that is what we can do. So I'm still refine the project. So there's not so much change in SRS, but I'm working on the procs. So that's why we have smaller change. We have less change in SRS, but we are working on the proxy. So this is the another experiments. I think this is more important than Augment. So right now it works as my expectation. Yeah, I think that's all I want to show. So anything we want to discuss?
Hello.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, I have a question. Use Augment and Claude CLI. We can have different operation. My question is, they have what's some different?
I think the module is the same. They all use Solid 4.5 or Haiku 4.5. And in Augment, you can switch to different modules like Cloud Ops 4.5 or even GPT-5. So the module, there's nothing difference in the AI module level. So I think the brain. So if for example, it's like human, so you have the same brain. You have a same intelligent and brilliant brain, but the difference is the experience or knowledge or the context. So in this architecture, in this article I shared in the chat, yeah, the context engine is another thing that we need to pay attention. Besides the AI module, context is everything, I think. So like a human being, if you are very smart, right, you have a lot of experience. You are an expert in the live streaming, but when you start to maintain a new project, you still need to know the context, right? You need to read the documentation, debug the code, so your common knowledge can work with this specified project. So that is context. The difference to human that we have short-term memory, and this short-term memory will become a long-term memory. But for AI, it has long-term memory, but all the long-term memory is about the common knowledge about the industry or live streaming or WebRTC. AI cannot convert the short-term memory to long-term memory. So, but I can help with this. I can write documents and use AI to organize the package and write comments. So the document, comments, and code, when AI works on the code and documents, when AI write new documents, it is a process that converts the short-term memory to long-term memory. So that's the difference. Augment, it automatically do this. Augment can, I don't know how they achieve this, but they have a context engine, index all the codes, so you don't have to worry about your project structure. So let me show you the example. So this is the proxy, and let's see the SRS. So for SRS, you will see there are some documents, right? SRS documents. And also we have modules, but each module is huge context. So if you use Claude Code, you are not able to load all the app module, right? But you are not also, it's impossible to load, for example, the RTC API module. If you just load this file, the context is too small, right? So the structure of the SRS is not designed for AI. It's designed for the compiler. This module, the RTC API, it is not a module like this one, like the proxy, for example. In proxy, the module, each module is carefully designed, and it has the, for example, load balance. The load balance has the interface in memory and Redis implementation. So if you need to maintain the load balance of proxy, you just need this package. You don't have to load the protocol, the sync map. So when I design the package for the AI, it is quite different to design a package to human being. It's similar because human being, we design the package because the each package is smaller than the whole package, whole project, in order to better understand each package separately. So I think that's the major difference. For if you use Claude Code, it doesn't make sense to maintain the SRS. The context is either too small or too huge. It doesn't work. It doesn't make sense for Claude Code. And that is why we tried the GitHub Copilot. And actually, I also tried Claude Code. It just doesn't work. If you try to use Claude Code to maintain SRS, you can do nothing. Yeah, there are two. The context is messy. So, I hope I answered the question, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Later I will try it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think. However, I think Cloud Code is useful than Augment. Sometimes you cannot upload your code to Augment. It's not safe. But Cloud Code, yeah, you can use it even for some confidential and commercial code. Yeah. So any other questions? Or anything we want to discuss? So any plan that you want, any plan about SRS or other future? Okay, that's okay if you have no plan or questions or plans. That's okay. Yeah. I think in the AI time, I think it's very easy to maintain the project, but I think the problem is to find a way to use AI. So find a way to design the project. Also find a way to AI is not magic, so you cannot say AI manages the project, so it will manage the project. No, it doesn't work. So we need to find a way. And maybe I think maybe we need to rewrite SRS for AI. Yeah, I think it will be much easier than maintain the project from existing code. Maybe we can rewrite it in Rust or rewrite it in Go. Yeah, both works. The key is to rewrite the project for AI, not for human being. So yeah, I'm not sure, but I feel maybe we should rewrite the project. Yeah. And the time is not a problem. If the AI can manage the project, the time is not a problem. Augment works well, but I feel Augment it works well, but not excellent. Because the context engine, sometimes the context engine doesn't work. It is a black box, so I don't know how it works. Sometimes generally it works well, but for example, you cannot net it to support SRT protocol, I think. Yeah. I talked about this topic before. I want to learn SRT protocol and rewrite it. Right now we use libSRT, but there are lots of problems. So, but if we want to rewrite the SRT module, I think maybe Augment cannot do this very well. I need to spend a lot of time. I still maybe much less than before. Say, if without the AI, maybe I need 2 months to support a new protocol. Read the documentation, do some experiments, make sure I understand the protocol and start coding. But with the AI, maybe I think maybe 1 month or yeah, about 1 month to support this protocol. But it's still a long time. So, and we'll add a lot of tasks, and this task sometimes it doesn't make sense. It's just to cover the code. So if even Augment works well, but it's not efficient as human maintainer. It works, but it's not the best practice. Yeah. So I'm doing some experiments. So if I can maintain proxy if I can add the edge feature to proxy, then we get a new edge cluster. Right now, the proxy only support proxy without any cache. So it is a proxy and origin cluster, but it is not an edge cluster. If we can add the cache feature to edge, to the proxy, it become an edge server and edge cluster. So if I can do this, then I think that also is right. We need to rewrite the project, and yeah, I think that's okay to rewrite SRS. If the AI can handle the project, can handle all the task, it's okay to me. Oh, I also try to rewrite the. I also try the what's that? The Rust. I use Rust to write proxy. I think proxy in Rust. Sorry, I don't remember my memory. So AI can write Rust code. Yeah, definitely. But it's not so good as I expected. I think the problem, the Rust tub, yeah, this one. I write this project. The AI Augment write this one. So it's about it's not a proxy, it's a turbo engine. You'll see it is not modularized. So it is similar to this project can only be management by Augment. Just similar to SRS, it is not modularized. So the context is too large, is numerous for Claude code. And generally, if we need to use Claude code, we must use smaller package so we can load the package and manage it distinctly. I think that is why I'm not satisfied. I'm not happy with this code. Even Augment, I think it's not a good practice to write such code. Yeah. So yeah, this is also an interesting experience. AI is okay to, it can output some Rust code that it works. It just works, and I can feel, even I'm not a Rust expert, I can basically I can understand the code, and I can feel that the code is auto control. When the AI add more and more code to the project, I feel like it's going to auto control. So yeah, I think this two project is very interesting, and I'm fascinated by these two to find a way and work with AI. Yeah. So anything want to discuss? Do you use AI in Augment or other AI tools in your work?
Yes, I use AI tools for translation.
Translation, okay.
And yes, I think when I translate English into Chinese, I think it's much more easier. But when I use it for a Chinese Chinese English I think it's not as easy.
Yeah. Yeah, I also used to write the documents, to translate documents for SRS. But right now, I don't need to do this. When I finish the feature, AI will automatically write the documents, but in English and in Chinese. I don't have to translate it manually. It is done automatically, and I think, yeah, and maybe in future we don't need to write documents for the project. We need to write some documents about from the end user side. So Alex may still need to write some documents as a manager to launch some change or about the new features, new user scenarios. But as a developer, we don't need to write documents anymore. So if we have a PR and we understand the code, we have enough context and background, then AI is able to write a very good or even perfect document for this feature or even for the bug fix or whatever. Yeah, about language learning, my English is not so good, so I practice with AI every day. You will see let me share some experience for language learning. I think that is very interesting. So you will see this one. I replied with for this issue, right? But this is not written by me or written by AI. I didn't write this, but I speak to AI. I mean, I need to practice my spoken English. So I take a picture for ChatGPT and talk about with ChatGPT. I talk about what's my meaning, how can I reply this issue. For example, I want to reply that all examples are implementation of other SRT server, not something from the SRT standards, right? So if this proposal is in the SRT standards, so he should give some detailed text or links for this proposal. And he can also use FMPAG because FMPAG also follow the standards very well. I mean, so if you want to practice your spoken English, you can talk to AI. Yeah, so it's very interesting. So if I want to maintain this issue, I don't want to maintain this issue, right? Maybe I just want to AI I just want that AI to reply to this issue, but AI cannot handle this problem because it's a proposal. It's not an issue, it's not a bug. So AI cannot reply this issue. But if I want to practice and improve my spoken English, I can convert this to this tough task that I don't want to do to spoken practicing. I talk to ChatGPT and what's my opinion, how to express this problem. So the first version, I don't know, there's an only one version, maybe. Yeah. So when I try to write this down, I cannot write this text. I cannot speak this text. This is very structured and very high level English, I think. But actually, I cannot do this. I can do this just because I talk to AI. AI helped me to improve how to speak my opinions like this. So I find that to learn English, especially the listening and spoken, the ChatGPT is very useful. I mean, do not talk to ChatGPT. Do not just talk to ChatGPT, but you can convert your, for example, if you want to listen to the news or your work, you can try to speak rather than read it. You can take a picture and talk to the ChatGPT. Then you can practice your spoken English. Last year when I came to Canada, I was preparing and practice my English. So I just talk to AI. It helps, but it's boring, right? So if you talk to AI, one problem is that if you let AI, so let's just talk. So AI will it will talk to some boring topic in if you let ChatGPT tell a story. My case, the favorite thing is to let ChatGPT tell her a story. You'll find the AI will repeat. So the AI story is similar to long time ago in the forest, right? So I think it is boring. So the better thing is to convert your daily work to spoken. So if you spend 1 hour, actually I spend 3 hours a day to talk to AI about the news, about the book, about the issues. I just talk to AI. When I can express when I can spoke out my opinion, then I write down. You will see the result, but I spend maybe 30 minutes to spoke out this idea. Yeah. It's not difficult. It's just interesting. So you will enjoy the journey talking to AI. Yeah, this is also another way to use AI to improve your language, especially in spoken, listening, spoken, writing, reading, yeah, all everything. Yeah. So yeah. So what about Jacobo? Yeah, you want to say something? I remember.
I use the Grok.
Grok. Oh, okay.
I use the Grok.
You're a fan of Musk, right?
Yeah, Elon Musk. So
Yeah.
I don't like the guy, but the Grok looks helpful to analysis SRS issue. I post the issue ID or issue link to the Grok, ask him what's wrong and could you fix this bug? And the Grok could give me some feedback.
Yeah.
Most of them not so increased, but at least he gave me the point that was wrong. Then I can use the trial IDE, give some context tag. Sometimes the patch or the could came out.
You
So-
mentioned the track. Do you mean the ID developed by Alibaba?
Now, yeah.
ByteDance?
ByteDance, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I compare the Grok and the Dimity. The Dimity cannot give me any answer. He said he has some restriction to get the GitHub
Okay.
GitHub issue. So at least it's in this bug fixing or bug analysis of the GitHub, the
Yeah.
Grok win.
Oh, yeah. Grok is better. Okay. Okay. Yeah. I didn't try Grok or Gemini. I just used the ChatGPT 5, and sometimes I use Claude Solid 4.5. I tried Doubao and DeepSeek just because I want to practice my spoken English, and I ran out of my quota of ChatGPT. But right now I upgrade to Max, so I spend $200 a month for ChatGPT to use the advanced voice of ChatGPT. Yeah. So yeah, I feel my spoken English improved every day. Yeah, that is the right way to use the AI. So I think all the modules are good enough. The problem is about the context. If you use AI to develop SRS, so yeah, I suppose we really need to fix the context problem. Augment, yeah, maybe we cannot always use Augment. But if the project is designed for AI, you can use any AI tool or module.
Actually, I have some tips to share.
Yeah.
And do you pay in like
Yeah.
dub only or
11
a
labs,
TV show or news broadcast? I think it's very useful, and this will help you to correct your pronunciations.
Yeah, dubbing. Yeah.
Sometimes, and when we speak to the native speakers, they don't understand us because we have accents.
I think native speaker maybe not a problem, but non-native speaker is a problem. The accent is a problem to non-native speaker. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, dubbing is very useful to correct
Because
that.
when you do that, you could realize that what's wrong with your pronunciations.
Yeah. All of you did a very good job. I remember in our first meeting, except Alex and Jacobo, other friends, you see Latin, right? This time, almost everyone say a lot of English. I think, yeah, all of you did a very good job. And John's pronunciation is very good.
So maybe we can have just like an English club, and each time we have a topic, and then we could discuss this topic. Everyone can speak English.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah. And if there is no English speaker or non-Chinese speaker, we cannot do this. So if we all speak Chinese, we cannot speak English. Yeah. So what about your job? If you introduce AI, I suppose maybe you are not so busy, right, Junqin? If you can use AI to work for you. Then you
me?
have more time, Junqin. Yeah.
Uh,
If you have AI to work for you, you don't have to be so busy. Then you can play with us in the open source community.
Yeah, I think that's very good, but I found the Augment do some work very well, but it should me use many time to review its code. Yeah, I will debug its
Oh, you spend a lot of time to review the code generated by Augment, right? So yeah, that's a
yeah.
problem. Yeah. I think, do you have enough test?
No,
Oh, that's a problem. If
yeah.
you read the article I shared for you, he mentioned this problem. So he said if you push a commit generated by AI when it passed the test, but you don't have confidence. I mean, maybe you still think maybe you think, well, it passed the test, but maybe AI still make wrong, just like SRS, right? So even you pass the test of SRS, you still spend a lot of time to review the code because the test of SRS is not covered by 100%. That's a problem. Yeah, so AI won't improve the efficiency if you have low sufficient test or enough test. So the first thing is to refactor your repository to add enough test. So if you see the proxy name share on my screen, that is one thing I forgot to share. I just showed that we need to break down the context, right? So break down to different package, but there's low test. Right, there's low test here, nothing. So the next step is to add comprehensive test. I mean, if you break down, for example, the load balance, it is just interface, right? So it depends interface. So you can add comprehensive, very 100% coverage in, it's not rubbish test code generated by AI, but I mean, if the project is designed for AI and written by AI, it will add test first. AI always write test and write code. That is AI, how AI works. So I mean, you need to design the package and design the test, and AI will finish the test for you, and you need to review the test and review the interface package, review everything. But if you have the test and package, the small context, you have 100% of confidence that if it passed the test, it is definitely okay, no problem for the code. You even don't need to review it. So you can very less time to review the code if you have comprehensive test and very small context. I think that is two critical and crucial thing for the AI to work efficiently. So AI won't improve won't save your time if you just let AI to do something without any change of your project, without any improvement of the test, without any, maybe the context issue, the argument can fix it, right? the augment can break down the context, but it is not the most effective, I think. It works for SRS because the context engine works well for SRS because SRS, I think the quality, I think it should be better than than your project in your company. So that is why Augment works for open source project, but maybe not it doesn't work for some project in your company, I think. Yeah. Yeah, the test is the problem. Yeah. You need to pay attention to that. Do you realize this problem?
Yes, I found this problem.
Yeah.
But too many unit tests.
Yeah.
I maybe no pay attention to do. I just
Yeah.
I just write some description or task to it. Later he will write many things to me or code.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, that's a problem. So AI can generate a lot of code, but you need to review it line by line. That's a lot of time.
Yes.
Yeah, it will make you much busier than before because you have more code to review.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a problem. So I think this article is very important and interesting.
Okay, I will read this.
Yeah. So I think and Augment also works for us because SRS has a coverage of 80%. And before we write the test, and the coverage is about 50%. So even there are some garbage tests generated by AI, but there are also about 50% of tests of SRS, right? So that is you test written by human, it is reviewed by me also. So the test is I think without test AI cannot work, or you don't know whether it works or not. Even you review the code, how can you make sure the code works as I expected? Even you review it, there are still bugs in there. Yeah. So test is yeah. That's a problem. Oh, I found another thing I want to share with you. My wife, she go to school to learn English, right? But sometimes I also, she, I also know how the teacher teach her because she have online classes, one each week. So every Monday, twice each week. Every Monday and Thursday, she have class at home. So sometimes I know what she's learning, how the teacher is teaching. So Teacher is very different to Chinese teacher. So she enjoys the class and she likes her teacher and her classmates. So if you want to learn English, yeah, I can say if you have time and money, you can you come to Canada or come to other English country to learn language. That is very efficient. Maybe you can improve it largely in 3 months, so even shorter. But I also plan to go to school. I was planning to. I plan to go to school, but right now I don't think so. Even the class is fantastic, and I think AI is good enough. I mean to learn language. So I think for my wife, the problem is that she need a teacher and a classmate to drive her to learn English, but I don't need so. I have an open source project to maintain, so I can talk about that. I have a work, so during my daily work, I also need to write something that I can discuss with AI how to write and how to speak. So I think that's a problem. So if you cannot drive yourself to learn English, so it's better to go another country to learn. It will be much easier, especially for your wife, your children. It will be much easier. But if you can self-driving, and if you can spend 1 hour or even half an hour every day, you can use AI. Definitely, AI is good enough. Yeah. Because I found that even the teacher in Canada, they also teach the grammar in. I mean, I don't want to learn grammar. And I mean, grammar is important. And I can master the grammar when I talk to AI, rather than analysis what I said, what's the grammar, what's the grammar error. I don't want to learn the grammar because I learned not a grammar in Chinese school, so I hate grammar. Grammar. Yeah, that's one thing I want to share. I found it's very interesting. You don't have to go other country or go school to learn English. Yeah, definitely. But you need to spend a lot of time just to speak to AI or just to talk to AI. You found it is interesting. So just to talk to AI about the community or about your about the news, about everything. AI just like a human being. I have some cars, right? I have some cars. So this is the 58. So I have more cars. This is 41 page. So these cars is when I came to Canada, I listened to news and listen to some news basically. So when I find a new word, I will write down and ask AI what it is, but I forgot it. So it's very difficult and hard time to build a vocabulary. I need to repeat maybe 10 times. For example, I will repeat every week, every month. But if you got so many, I mean, if you got so many words to repeat, it doesn't make sense, and I don't want to do this. So, for example, you will see this page. There are a lot of words. So most of the words I don't remember. Oh, at least I don't remember the meaning. For example, the heritage. The heritage, it means the culture and building. I know this word, but the other words, for example, the theatricals, yeah, theatricals. I don't know this word. I forgot it. That's a problem. Even I'm in a English environment, even I learn English every day, I still cannot master this vocabulary. But this is because I use a wrong method. When I learn this word, I just ask AI what this mean. I mean, I ask GPT, it will give me the Chinese name, the English meaning, but I don't remember the context, right? So it has no context. I cannot remember anything that has no context. So, I don't use this method now. I use another one. So, for example, this word, for example, the blossom, this word blossom. I know what's the context. This from lover, and the orchard is blossom. It means a lot of flower. Blossom means a lot of flower, produce a lot of flower. So I also talked to AI about this blossom. How to use blossom in everyday English? What is blossom? How to use blossom in open source project context? How to use in playground context? So what's the meaning in the lover context? So the blossom is in page 31. I'll show you. So I found this is the most effective way to build my vocabulary. I remember 80% of the vocabulary. I repeat just once. So you'll see here, right? Blossom. So it says, so dimly white with blossom trees in the twilight of the surrounding woods. Blossom trees. It means the trees with a lot of flower, right? So I mean, even learn English, you need a context. That's what I learned. Even you learn English in a Chinese, in the English environment, you should not learn English in the Chinese way. I mean, to translate to Chinese. No, don't do this. You need a context to discuss with the AI what the word mean. You just discuss with it, and maybe you can take a picture for the ChatGPT, and it will load the context and explain the context for you. So AI cannot work without the context, and I think human also the same. You cannot learn any. You cannot remember any new vocabulary. You cannot speak without any context. So yeah, I think the problem we learn English is to translate to Chinese. Do not translate. I try this, so I try this a lot, and I work hard very much. Yeah, I remember I write down so many words, but I forgot them, almost all of them. I remember some of the vocabulary because it has context. So, for example, tire, TIER, tire. The tire, I mean, tire is also the vehicle. I mean, so that's a very important share to you. So you can learn English very fast and very easy. I mean, especially very easy. What's the difference when I learn English to you? I think the only thing is that every day you speak Chinese. That's a problem. Right now, every day I also speak Chinese to my wife and to my family, but definitely I don't speak Chinese to my colleagues. So I spend less time on Chinese. I spend a lot of time on English, and I don't translate English to Chinese. Sometimes I translate because I want to know what's the meaning. I just translate because after I master the vocabulary. So if you can do so, maybe it's difficult at the beginning, but it's not hard. I mean, you'll find it easy and very interesting to talk with AI in English. Yeah, you can try it. You can talk to AI. You can let AI to help you read the novel, read the news. But you remember, the most important thing is not to translate to Chinese. Okay, so if you want to know a word, just talk to AI what the word mean. Just talk to her. Just discuss with the word with AI. And second, you need to spend a lot of time. So every time when I see a new word, maybe I spend about 10 minutes or even 30 minutes on it. I just discuss with AI. So if you just talk and discuss with AI, it's a pleasure. It's really interesting. And you don't feel some tough or difficult time similar to you in the Chinese class, right? In Chinese class, it is horrible. It's nightmare. You have to answer questions to the teacher. But if you learn English with AI, no such thing. You just talk to a friend. You just talk. So every human being can talk, and every human being is very pleasure. You will feel pleasure to talk. Yeah, that's the point. I think that's the crucial point. If you in Canada, if you in Canada, but you use the Chinese method to learn English, like me, like what I did last year, it's very tough and progress very little. I have little progress in the spoken English. Yeah, that's the one thing I want to share. So definitely you can do this even you are in China, right? Because we have community meeting every month. So you need to talk to real human being, and you have the motivation to learn English, and you have AI tools to learn. And I try Doubao, and I try Doubao and Renbao. You can add them to talk to you in English. Yeah, no problem. Anything about this? Yeah, that's the treasure I found. I think that's the one thing trapped me, bothered me many years. I learned English in Chinese. I correct my pronouns, and like Alex introduced, I used the 懂你英语. I practice every day. It's very difficult. It's nightmare, I think. But I found the right way to learn English right now. Not because the environment. No, even in Chinese, even you send me back to China, I think I can also master English right now. When I I think maybe 3 months later, I think my spoken can improve to 7 score. Then I will plan to learn French. France or French. I don't know, French, I think. I plan to learn French. I try to, I mean, I want to do this experience. If I can learn French in Canada, this is the English environment, right? So Montreal or the Quebec is a French environment, but I think I can learn French here. So if I can master French, maybe in 6 months or 1 year, then definitely you can learn English in China. So that's also a very interesting experiment that I'm doing. Yeah, I'm doing with AI. So what's your opinion? Are you excited? Are you have confidence in learn English with AI?
I saw your many practice and effort. Exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you use many time talk to AI, but it's just intelligent machine. Maybe you should talk with a human. And so I think AI is no feeling or emotion. So
Yeah, it has a low emotion, but I think the people in it that you cannot tell whether it is an AI or a real human being. But if you let AI to lead the conversation, for example, if you want to learn the vocabulary, right? You will tell AI, give me a new vocabulary.
Yeah.
But it doesn't make sense, right?
Yeah.
So if you let AI to be a teacher, so the teacher will lead the conversation, right? It doesn't work. You must lead the conversation. So if you see something right, in Chinese, the 消防栓. Yeah, last yesterday when we passed a 消防栓. So what's the English 消防栓? So let's ask
Fire
the
extinguisher.
AI.
What?
Sorry, fire what?
Fire extinguisher.
Yeah,
Fire
Fire.
maybe, but I ask AI like this. So I see something on side the road. It is about 50 centimeters. The firefighter will fetch water from it. And so I also see this in front of my house. So what's this in English, right? It's very easy to talk to her, right? You just ask a human being what it is like, right? If you ask a real human what is 消防栓 in English, you don't ask 消防栓 to your English teacher, right? Because she doesn't know what is 消防栓. You must describe it in English, right? So yeah, let me check 消防栓. So fire hydrogen. Yeah, I know it is fire hydrogen. Fire hydrant.
Fire hydrant.
Yeah, fire hydrant. So AI will tell you, you talk about fire hydrant. AI will tell you, it is a fire hydrant. It doesn't tell you fire hydrant. So it's real like a real teacher. Nothing difference if you ask a Canadian what is outside the road, what is 5 centimeters tall, and firefighter will fetch water from it, right? He will tell you, that's a fire hydrant. So there's no difference if you talk to AI like a human being. But if you let AI to lead the conversation, yeah, it doesn't make sense. You must lead the conversation. You must talk to her. Yeah. So you give the context. The context is in your real life. You will build the vocabulary. It doesn't matter in Canada or in China. Yeah, it really doesn't matter. Because every day I don't talk to Canadian or English. Even I work with American, we generally we have only 3 millions every week. So I don't talk to other human every day. That's a problem that my spoken English doesn't progress. So that's why make me frustrated. I share my score, right? Let me share again. That's just, I share my score. So yeah, I use AI to learn this one, learn the news. So let me share my screen. What is which this one? Yeah, I keep updated this article. I have tried many different things. I also write down this. If you are interested, you can also read this article. You will see my step-up test. Last year, a year ago, my listening is 6. Now I'm 8, or sometimes I can go 10. So maybe I think 8 is my level, current level. Reading also 8. It's quite stable, right? 8. I got 3 8. So writing 8 8 8 8. Also, I think writing is also 8. I practice a lot with AI. Before I came to Canada, I need to write documents for SRS, so I practice a lot. But this year I don't spend time. I didn't spend time on writing, so my writing is still level 7 or level 8. So the speaking, you'll say, is always 6. So it frustrated me, and I'm quite angry to myself. So I started to discover why my speaking is not improved. And I realized that I spend too less time, but I don't want to talk. Just like in China, I don't want to talk in English because I don't know how to talk, so I don't want to talk. Because I don't want to talk, so I don't know how to talk. It is circle, right? If you want to talk, just like my children's teacher, my children also, she don't know how to talk, and also very interesting. My children's listening improved first because she listen English every day, 8 hours. So I also practice listening every day. I listen to news. So if you spend a lot of time, you'll improve. So my children, she also doesn't want to speak to her teacher just because she doesn't know how to speak. So her teacher told me that every half a year we have an interview. So last month we talked to her teacher. Her teacher said, my children should talk to her loudly and frequently. So right now, my children improved, and she began to talk to her teacher, so she improved quickly. But for me, I have the same problem, right? Who can I talk to? So my spoken English is improved very slow, and until last month, I found it's very interesting to talk to AI. But the problem is that you should not you should not just talk to AI. You should lead the conversation. Talk to her with some real life context. That's the key. Whatever, for example, the car Cauliflower. Cauliflower. Do you know what is cauliflower? So cauliflower. Cauliflower. Yeah, you see, I remember this word vocabulary. I learned this word yesterday. What is cauliflower? Do you know? So why I know this word? Because when I cook the cauliflower, I take a picture for the ChatGPT and ask, "What is this? What is this vegetable?" The AI said it is cauliflower. So, what is cauliflower? How to spell that? So I talked to AI when I cook the cauliflower about 10 minutes. So if you talk to AI about cauliflower, what type of cauliflower, green cauliflower and white cauliflower, well, when cauliflower introduced to China, it is about 100 years ago. So it is it is originally from Italy, cauliflower. Yeah. So if you talk to AI in real life, why can't you remember this word cauliflower? It's very easy and very interesting to talk to AI, and it's not a tough and horrible experience. I mean, that's the key. Very interesting. Yeah. So if you can build a vocabulary and your spoken ability with a lot of fun and pleasure, why not do it? Yeah. But yeah, I think the method is very important. Even with AI, I use the wrong method. I used the wrong approach before, so I improved very slow. Yeah, that's the key I want to share to you. Yeah, so if you try, you'll find why it's quite different and very interesting and very. You don't feel any depression or any horrible memory that you recall in the Chinese class. Yeah. Do you get me? I repeat this idea again and again.
I know.
Okay, yeah, I try it.
Yeah.
I mean, in Chinese, if you use a wrong tool, you spend 10 times some time, but you get 1 times the result. Yeah, that is a direct translation. I don't know how to say in English, but I did in direct translation. If you use the right methodology and the tool, you spend one time and you get 10 times the result, right? Yeah, that really matter. It really matter. I spend so many time. Maybe I spend 10 years of time to learn English, but it's very slow. So if you use the latest, maybe I have more advanced and efficient method in future. I will share with you. But right now, I found that's the key point, and I can feel my improvement every day. I can verify that before I need to repeat 10 times to master a vocabulary, and 3 months later I forgot the vocabulary. But right now I can remember almost 80% or 90% of the vocabulary, and I never forgot. For example, candy flour, I never forgot it because I spent 10 minutes to talk to AI. And when I cook the candy flour, when I cook it, right? So every day when you cook, what do you cook, right? What is the Chinese name? Radish. Do you know radish? Normal. So radish. So it is common day everyday English. But yeah, if you talk to AI about it, you will master it. I mean, with no pain, definitely nothing pain in there. So yeah, That's a problem. So do you know my children, they are very struggle to go Chinese class. When they in China, they struggle every day. They don't want to go school because it is not fun. Right? It is tough. Now they every day when they go school, they are very happy. I also share the video. So I think they're happy is the key to learn, right? If you're not happy, why do you learn? If you're not happy to learn to speak, if you are not happy to speak English, you won't learn. Just like me, I don't want to speak because it's not happy. It's tough. Yeah. I found one way to not to learn to speak English without pain. Yeah. Okay. So maybe we spend a lot of time on this meeting on the how to use AI in this topic. We are not an open source community. We are a AI community, right? We discuss how to use AI. we just use AI pick 4 to manage the community pick 4. Pick 4, I think it should be pick 4, right? Not pick 4. Pick 4. Pick 4. Yeah, I know this. Piggyback. Piggyback hasn't. Yeah, piggyback. Yeah, 搭便车的意思. Yeah, we use AI. We use AI to maintain the open source community. Piggyback. We piggyback. Maintain the open source community by AI. The major thing we want to do is to explore how AI can help us to work efficiently, work happier, live happier. Yeah, I want to use another word I don't remember. So let me try to ask AI, how can I use this word? This is also an example. For example, I want to choose a word. I don't want to use happy, right?
Hey there.
Yeah, but I want to use a more warmer and more word than happier. I mean, every day I explore AI with my life to improve my quality of life, to learn English, to work with AI, to maintain the open source community. So I feel happy to work because some AI can do some work, and so which word can I use to more than happy?
Absolutely, I get what you're going for.
Delighted, right? Delighted, those real delighted, I think.
Yeah, delighted is a great choice. It definitely has that warmer, more enthusiastic feel to it. So
Yeah, delighted. Yeah. So, yeah, we use AI to make our life delighted, more than happy. Yeah, delighted. So I'm delighted when I use AI to learn, especially to improve my spoken English, because I tried many years. So that is magic. Yeah, there's definitely a magic, and it is delighted. So I will master the delighted in and only in this way, right? And actually, I love delighted this word, but I mean, I just remember this word delighted, but I didn't use it in some context. For example, I want to use a strong word than happy, so I just stuck, and then I don't know what word should I use. And then when I talk to AI, I remember that maybe I can use delighted. And then I use delighted and talk to you. I'm delighted to use AI in my everyday life. I'm just more than happy. So I use delighted many times. So next time I can use delighted, and I master this word. This is also a real example that in this context, I use delighted, right? It's just more than I see something, a word delighted, and I try to remember this word. It doesn't work. Yeah. So, oh yeah, welcome, Xiaoliu. Welcome, Haibo. Say something. How are you?
Hello.
Yeah, say something.
我在听你们说。
Yeah, do you understand what I said? How to practice your spoken English?
我在听你介绍怎么学英语。
Yeah, with low pin. That is crucial. That is more than happy, delighted. So yeah, try it. It's quite different. And okay, anything we want to discuss? So maybe you can stop the recording and we can chat in Chinese.